Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts, and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody, let's take a look again on the gold market. So there's not much reasons to optimism on the gold, as it's really, we anticipate that downward action should continue actually. So we're already for a long term watching for situation around these potential head and shoulders that initially had chance to be formed. Recently ones has failed to do this. We're now watching for progress to the downside. Potentially, as we said in our weekly report and in general many times already talked about it, that next strong support area on the gold stands around 17 even, so 1685 is confident support on the weekly, where we could get the bounce on the daily chart. So potentially for the trading on the daily chart, that could be the background for considering taking the long position. So for the purposes of the daily trading and intraday charts trading. Meantime, currently market has to complete the failure of the head and shoulders first, and for that purpose market has taken out of these lows and potentially drop even more. Well, it not necessarily means that it should happen right today, because currently, as you will take a look at the interest rates, they are mostly stands flat. Recently, as upward action is continued here, as was minor pullback, gold market has dropped a bit more. Currently market stands flat and trying to move higher, but in general, guys, as we come into the end of the week, this week was well, very successful for those who are trading zone interest rates as on the gold, so some profit taking close to the end of the week might follow. And here we need to consider the few moments. For a position taken on the short side, it probably you need to wait for some pullback. It should be some upside reaction. Its most tricky moment currently is how market will behave around the previous lows. So how they will be taken out. Whether it will be just direct downside breakout and market will just follow straight down, or it will be some flirting around, grabbing stops, showing wash and rinse, and some pullback, starting some pullback, some retracement. I suspect that the second scenario is more probable in the current situation. Just because, take a look here, we have a nearly standing level of the oversold, and the type of the price action here gives a hint that indeed market could flirt with the lows and shows the pullback. Because on the 4 time frame chart you could see that we get forming bullish divergence in the MACD, and potentially we could treat this action as a kind of the free drive buy pattern. So the target of the free drive stands is right in this area. So as you can see, this great crossing of the 1618 extension of the first drive and 127 on the second. So this is in general nicely looking free drive pattern accompanied with the divergence as classically it happens. And this low stands precisely between these two extensions. So mostly coincides with the target of the free drive. And potentially if we will get the wash and rinse, fast drop and then return back up, free drive could start to work, and you know the target of the free drive usually the top between the second and third drive. It's right here. So market theoretically could show the 30% pullback of this whole downward action. That's at least how it should be theoretical. We'll see what will happen. Here we also have some minor targets. For instance, you will calculate this A, B, C, D pattern that coincides with these lows, right? Precisely at the same level. It means that the current situation, I wouldn't consider taking the new short position and focus on the possible bullish patterns that could be formed here. Also take a look, we have the XLP of this ABCD pattern that stands precisely at the same level, 1758, right here. So it means that first thing that we need to keep an eye on is possible bullish patterns around it. So what the patterns could be? For instance, it could be minor butterfly. So we'll calculate the extension, You could see it's 127, but if you will add 1618, you will see that it coincides probably with the XOP. So here it could be the minor butterfly. It could be some hand and shoulders pattern, something of that sort. So if you will get the bullish pattern right around this target and around this level, especially if market will grab stops below, it's showing some wash and rinse. This could be a railroad track or bullish engulfing with long tail. It's a fast drop and fast return. That will be the signal that probably the free drive could start to work, and indeed this could be some pullback. So that's what the things that we need to keep an eye on. So for the short position taken, you need to either see the clear and straightforward breakout of the lows, or, as I said initially, some pullback. But with the straightforward breakout and using stop sell, for example, it's a bit risky currently, just because of the oversold level. So for instance, if you will place the stop sell slightly below this area, well, you could first of all, market hardly will proceed immediately lower. So in the best case, it will be flirting around the entry point, which is not good to you. But in the worst scenario, it even could show some reversal and upward bounce. So it doesn't have a lot of free space till the oversold for using the stop sell, by my view. So it means that currently we have actually only one option for taking the short position, is waiting for a pullback and hoping that the free drive that's forming here will work somehow. Maybe not at its classical target right here, but at least some respect after grabbing the stops below these lows could fall. The market will show at least some pullback, lets you to consider possible taking the short position on the gold market.